Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you happen to be watching this. We are good morning right now on Pacific Coast time. It is January the 8th, 2026. Our first time to thrive coaching session of the new year. Everybody excited to rock 2026? Yeah. Okay. Big goals, big objectives for 2026. When we start a new year, we always start with this massive level of expectation, don't we? Like these huge, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the amazing stuff I'm going to accomplish this year. And it always feels fantastic, always so much energy. And I'm actually, when we get to the weeds part of our conversation today, I have something very special to show you that I was reminded of not that long ago. And it has a connection to this idea that we start a new year with a lot of energy, with a lot of expectations and everything else. So, this is going to be a fantastic time to thrive. We have a nice tight little group here today, so we're going to be able to do some excellent work and really dive into some of the planning and the mapping that we have to do for this first quarter of 2026. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to start my PowerPoint and my slideshow. But yeah, let's just before we even jump into that, I'd love to hear from you guys just a little bit. What was something fabulous that happened over the course of the holiday season for you guys? So if you'd open up your microphone, let's hear something amazing. What was something awesome that happened over the course of the holiday season? We had lots of family in and around, probably exciting events. Who had something fantastic that happened during the holiday season of 2025?
I'll go.
Yeah, Kat. Yeah.
So I worked a lot. My pet company was crazy, but this was the first year that I was able to be home to watch my kids open presents since they've been born. So
Really?
that was, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that was nice. That was nice to be able to do that this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Those big beaming faces.
Well, that's what makes it special, right? Is watch. I could care less about presents. I don't get any anyway. But what they,
That's
but
because we
watching
just
the
happen to
kids
give
get them.
ourselves presents throughout the course of the year, Kat. We're like,
Well,
I'd like
Santa
that.
puts
Oh, I'll
stuff
buy
in my
that.
stocking, but I
Ah,
do it. So,
ah, gotcha. Okay. So Santa Cat. Nice. Okay. Anybody else have something fantastic and fabulous happen over the course of their 2025 holiday season? Even if it was like a moment, a specific moment that you can remember that was amazing.
We got our sons and us trip to the mountains for snowboarding next week. So
Oh,
yeah, we're gone Monday till Thursday to Banff and Lake Louise. So that will be excellent. Other than I haven't snowboarded for probably 15 years. So I have two kids. My one will be 31 the day before we go. It's kind of his birthday present as well. So he's 31, but the other one is 9. And so I'm thinking, like, I can at least keep up with the 9-year-old who has never done it. So we should be okay. We'll let my older son go and do his thing, and I'm just so excited to get to the mountains. We've got a really cool Airbnb that has a lot of character and a lot of fun for our little guy. So that's a highlight for sure.
love it, Shanna. You know what? What's great about that? We want footage. I don't know about anybody else, but I want evidence of what Shanna's like on the mountain 15
Oh
years
my
later.
God. I'm sure my little guy will have no problem videotaping me. So yeah, you'll get some.
Well, and it shows how old you are, Shanna. You're talking about videotaping.
Oh, ouch, Michael. Ouch. Yeah, yeah, I did say that. Okay, you got me.
Videotaping. Love it.
What, isn't there any Super 8 movies?
Yeah, it's all in VHS now, Phil. Haven't you heard? We've gone to VHS.
Oh, we've moved up from the no sound, just the movie camera.
Yeah, yeah, we've added color and sound. Color
You know,
and
I don't
sound.
I don't know that you're gonna want sound on this one, probably.
That'll be the best part.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
tend to swear.
yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I have this story about me going downhill my first and only time, um, because I have been raised on a an island where the highest point was 100 meters.
Hmm.
And then we went up, and my daughter, then 12, 13, told me, Mom, when you go downhill, you have to hold your legs close together. And I said, yes, downhill, yes, yes, yes. And the more downhill I came, the wider and wider my legs went. So I went in X at the when I was down there. And
Love it.
suddenly I heard swoosh, 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 and daughter and her friend, they stood and they looked at me, and I heard Steve say, Mom, I told you to hold your legs tight. So
Nice.
that is
So
my
helpful.
advice to you.
Keep the legs together, Shannon. Love it. Love it. Very good.
It's one of the many, many stories I have.
Yes. And Michelle says everybody was happy and healthy. That's great. Safe and relatively healthy, she says. Yep. Holiday colds seem to be a part of the equation when you have kids, that's for sure. Phil, how about you? What was an awesome part of your holiday season?
Well, there's always the ability to choose the good, and there were some good things that happened. So, had a chance to connect with some friends and family, and we had good conversations. And there were people who came together with different points of view, and we also had a great time together, even from the differences that separate some of their lifestyles. We all had a
Hmm.
great time, so that was good.
That's great. That's fabulous, Phil. Fabulous. Love it. Um, how about you, Bente? Anything amazing happen over your holiday season?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I knitted two sweaters to my youngest granddaughters, and they were so happy. My goodness. So then I am happy also.
Perfect. I love it. Yep. A gift that takes effort and heart is often the most cherished, right? Often
Yeah.
the most cherished. Well, certainly one of my fondest memories, you guys, of this holiday season was funny enough, and Shanna's about the recording taped or thing reminded me of it, is that I got my dad's old stereo system. So he had this really swanky old stereo system he bought like 25 years ago, like this beautiful old amp and speakers and everything else. And so he brought them over to me back in November and was like, "These are now yours. I don't want them anymore. I'm not using them. They're just gathering dust. Do what you will." So I hooked them up at the beginning of December and wound up breaking open my CDs and all this kind of stuff. But I was over on the island and I visited my dad and my stepmom over there, and he unpacked his old CDs and let me basically take whatever I wanted from his collection. And it was one of those cool experiences where you go back down memory lane
CDs.
and going through the music, right? Like, oh my goodness, we used to listen to that CD in the car on our way to the ski mountain, right? And it's like, oh yeah, my dad was a wildly loving fan of Billy Idol of all people. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these performers, and he had old CDs like the Nylons. I don't know if people in Canada will remember the Nylons, right? An a cappella group, and the really awesome blues movie called The Commitments. Did you guys ever see this movie called The Commitments? If you can find it, YouTube the movie The Commitments. Just see if you can find it. It's an Irish blues band, and it's sort of based on a true story. And a phenomenal movie and incredible music. Anyway, it was just neat to. My dad will be 80 this year, and just to walk down, memory lane, going through all the stuff that all these trigger memories, right? And all the goofy stuff like, skiing and running into things and all the stuff that we would do and yeah, just reminded me how important those though being present is. We get as business owners, we get really wrapped up in these goals, and this today is a goal setting session, right? And we're this is a big important piece to this, but ultimately, this is about being present. right? Like we don't get a second crack at all of this, right? So how present are you being and how connected are you being becomes absolutely crucial to, I think, overall success in life. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the goal setting session, because I have some insights over the years that I've been doing this that I want to share with you guys on how we get there. But other than that, is everybody ready to rock and roll? Should we get our PowerPoint all started? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
hey, quick, Mike, the in the old system, does that include like a turntable, like the the vinyl turntable, or is it
oh,
all
it
the CDs?
doesn't. No.
No? Oh,
So
okay.
it's I've got CDs. It came the old amp came with a tape deck add-on,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But it was pretty busted up, so we had to let that go. It wasn't working properly. I had a Spin Doctors tape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I put that in there and tried it, and be it the oldest, be it the fact that the tape is 30 some odd years old, or
Cassette
the
tape, not the Super 8,
no, a
but the
cassette
track.
tape. Yeah.
Not the yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Anyway,
really aging myself here today.
yeah, totally. There you go. Even further, Phil. But anyway, the tape deck thing wasn't working properly, so we let that go. But I got my wife for Christmas a Bluetooth receiver that can plug into an old school stereo amp.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now we can listen to whatever we want with our Amazon Music or our Spotify. Right now everything's on the table.
You
But
can load that all into digital saving it. You can get it, from the CD, from
yep,
the
yeah,
everything now.
you can burn the disc onto your computer, as they used to call it.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway,
no
it
more
was fun.
distracting.
We had a really good time, and the kids were working through I have a really big CD collection, almost 400 CDs. So the kids and I were working through organizing them alphabetically and all that kind of stuff, and then so it's anyway, it was a fun exercise over the course of it. But certainly walking down memory lane with my dad was a good time. Okay, so slideshow from current slides. And let's jump over to you guys again. All right. So here we are. Everyone's got their microphones open, so we might as well get started. Michelle, if we hear you crunching away in the background for this, that's totally fine. So if you can unmute yourself, that would be beautiful, my dear. And so let's get things started on our poem. And this is a perfect way to start 2026, right? This is the way to do it. So, Kat, are you ready? Okay, in 3, 2, 1. My mind is a
Mine is a
garden.
garden.
My
My
thoughts are the
thoughts are the
seeds,
seeds.
and I can
And
grow
I can grow
flowers,
flowers,
or I can
or I
grow
can
I
grow
can grow
weeds.
weeds.
Absolutely. And can I introduce you guys to one of the most insidious weeds in the entrepreneur's mind? Do I have permission to do that? This is a really dangerous one. And we think about it in ways that it empowers us too often to go down the wrong path. That's why one of the reasons it's so dangerous. So, can I show this to you guys?
Yep.
Yes, yes.
So, this is the 5 stages of what we call opportunity hopping. I was first introduced to this about a decade ago. I cannot remember the educator's mind or the educator's name. But then I was reintroduced to it a while back, 2 or 3 years ago, by Alex Hormozy, and was reminded again of this while watching some educational videos over the course of the holiday season. And this is a trap that we often get stuck in. And it is an insidious weed that part of my job in your life is to keep making you aware of. So I want to designate this villain right now. We're going to name it, okay? So that in the future, as we work together, if you and I both feel like you're slipping into this again, we can name it, the villain, and target it. Does that make sense, everybody? So we know we're on the same page. Okay. So when we start something, all right, we are in stage 1. And we've all been there. We have all been here. We've been here countless times. Kat was just here recently. It's called uninformed optimism. All right? We are optimistic about a new opportunity. And Kat, within the network marketing business, you're running into this every day, right? People are optimistic about a new opportunity, right? Shanna is optimistic about her online program and how it can work out and what it can do and all these cool things, right? Phil, optimistic about how this big contract could unfold, right? We are uninformed optimism. In other words, we don't completely understand the landscape of what it is we're looking at, but it's exciting. It's energizing, right? You guys, we crave this energy. Who has felt that energy of a brand new thing and you were like, oh yeah, I've got to jump into that. I've got to do that. This feels amazing. Phil raised his hand, right? This is a very powerful point where entrepreneurs want to get to. We crave this energy, don't we? We crave it. We love it. It's the energy of creation is what it is. And that's addictive. It's an addictive and empowering energy to love. And there's nothing wrong with it. Very powerful. And then what happens is we go to stage 2, which is informed pessimism.
Terrible name. Terrible name.
So, Bente, what is this? This is the stage where we understand, oh my gosh, we take a better look at the landscape of what we want to accomplish. We realize what it's going to take, skill-wise, time-wise, money-wise, resources, investment. We realize what it's going to take. We realize the things that we might lack now that we need in order to succeed. This is when we realize, okay, Shanna wants to set up her online program. Well, how do I present it? What's going to be involved? Do I want to do PowerPoint? Do I want to use Zoom? Do I want to use these other things? All the details come into full focus. And we wonder how we're going to get these things done, right? Or in some cases, people go, how do I market this? How do I bring this into fruition? How do I create the program? How do I finish what it is that I've started when I don't know exactly what the next step is to take? Or the question comes into our minds, does anybody want this? Is anybody going to buy this? Or why doesn't anybody want this? Don't they see what I see? Who's had that conversation in their mind? They present something on socials, they present it somewhere in email or to a friend, and they're like, how do they not see what I see? And then what happens? We go, do I see it wrong then? Do they know something I don't? Does this make sense, everybody? So when we're at the informed pessimism stage, there are 2 directions that wind up happening. And this is where the weed comes into play. Because uninformed optimism and informed pessimism are linked. They're 2 sides of the same coin. They have to happen one after the other. Okay? As we get better at the game of business, it's what we do coming out of stage 2 that becomes so important. Is everybody with me on this? So many of us fall down into what we call the valley of despair. We wallow in the frustration of not knowing how to get to where we want to go. We have this beautiful vision of what we want to create, this gorgeous idea of what we want our goal to be, but we don't know how to get there. We're not sure. We're stuck. Why doesn't anybody else see what I see? Why doesn't anybody want what I want? Where am I going to get the skills? Where am I going to get the technology? Where am I going to get the resources to make this happen? And we have one of 2 directions to go. And a lot of people go backwards. They turn around and they go back up to, I need something different. Okay, they say. All right, this wasn't the right deal. People aren't seeing what I'm seeing. They obviously know more than I do, right? I need a new opportunity. Right? I need a new perspective on this. Hey, Andrew. Right? I have to look at this a new way. I need to redo my offer. I need to relook at my program. Anybody experienced this before? I need to relook at this. I need to unpack it. Am I in the wrong industry? Did I start the wrong business? Is there a problem with who I am? I need to adjust who I am. I need to go get more education and more training. And we get back into uninformed optimism. You'll go, oh, yes, perfect. Right? I needed this program. That's exactly what I needed. This is great. Right? This is so, and just full transparency, you guys, for a moment. This is what happens when a lot of people buy this program. Is they're frustrated. They're in the valley of despair, and they say, I need a marketing solution. I need better content. Michael's program helps me with marketing and better content. I'm uninformed optimism. I'm in uninformed optimism now. Right? I just bought the program. Is everybody with me on this? This is the experience they have. And then they suddenly go, oh my gosh, I've got to film videos. I've got to script out the videos. I've got to edit those videos. Then I've got to post the damn videos. And then I've got to start working on the ads for the videos. And then I've got to show up to these 9 a.m. Thursday morning freaking coaching sessions. Oh my God, this is nowhere near as easy as it was supposed to be. And they fall into the valley of despair again. And so what happens? They go looking for another solution. Yeah, Miss Michelle says, boom, head glows up. Has anybody else, maybe this is just me, maybe I'm the person that experiences this all the time, but I'm pretty sure I'm not on my own. That the fact is this is a cycle that we repeat, right? And one of the reasons we repeat it is because it is energizing. Uninformed optimism is one of the most powerful creation energies on the planet. Right? In other words, you don't know what you don't know, and it's really exciting to see where this unknown, beautiful creation could take us. I want to be a sculptor. I'm going to carve the statue of David into existence. So you take a big chunk of marble out, you get out your hammer, you get out your chisel, and you start hammering away. And after a couple weeks, you're like, holy shit, this is a lot of work. Maybe I'm not so good at this. But that creation energy is addictive. And when we have a behavior, you guys, Tony Robbins talks about this in the Crazy Eight. He says, when we have a behavior that fulfills an energizing, and Shannon knows all about this because it's an addiction thing, right? When we have a behavior that fulfills, that energizes us and fulfills an emotional need and makes us angry, very powerful energy, or passionate, very powerful energy, then we will keep repeating that cycle. Because it's energizing and we're looking for energy. The problem is, okay, and pardon my language, it's a fucking circle. And it doesn't mean we progress anywhere but down. It is the toilet flush of entrepreneurialism. Okay? It's a vortex. So when we are in the valley of despair, there's another choice. Okay? And that is you chisel away at what you need to accomplish and you realize the path and you become informed optimism. You move from informed pessimism to informed optimism. It is a subtle change, okay? This portion right here to this portion right here is a subtle change. You are not seeing a dramatic difference between how far below the optimism pessimism line this point is versus this point, right? You guys see how close they are related? But the fact of the matter is, the line tells us the dramatically different trajectory they put you on. And that's the point. Is that there is a direction of the energy. The valley of despair, you have the chance, right, to go backwards and start all over again, which is what a lot of people wind up doing. They look for another new opportunity. And Kat, right, being somebody who has some experience in the network marketing industry, Michelle too, you guys have seen this 1,000 times. You get a person started in your business, right? They're all excited. Yeah. Then they realize that there's work to do. Then they go down to the valley of despair. And what happens? 6 weeks later, you're like, why are they starting a new company? Right? Why are they doing that? That doesn't make any sense. It's because they never went from here to here. And this is a weed that I want to identify for the group of us so that when I see it happening or when you feel it happening, we can identify it. And I can say, Shanna, is this an opportunity hopping problem? Are we getting into a informed pessimism moment where you realize how hard what you want to accomplish is, but we need to maintain trajectory, right? Is that the stage that we're at? It is not up to me to decide. It's up to you to decide. But it is up to me on some level and up to ourselves as a group here collectively to help one another identify the moment. Does that make sense? And then this is when you can start to succeed. This is when it takes off because you have earned the right to succeed, not learned it. Does this make sense, everybody? Real quick, open up your microphones. Does anybody relate to this? I relate to this quite deeply. Does anybody else relate to this quite deeply? Michelle certainly says so, yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It shows up and you start questioning yourself and questioning others, and that's what the danger, the risk is quitting. So we need to be as persistent, and then this is what the mastermind can do. It can get us to shift that weed out of here together. So grateful for this type of mastermind, Michael.
Yeah, you're welcome, Phil. Yeah.
I think this is why a lot of businesses fail. Like you don't really, you kind of get into it and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this is way more than I can handle. And then people just,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, and so this is why one of the reasons why this 90 minutes together, you guys, it's just once, every other week, is so important because it's the chance to work on your business, not in it. It's the chance to have another group of people with you, as Phil called it, a mastermind, going, how do we help each other identify the problem accurately so we can help people work through it?
It's almost like that shift too from being an employee to an entrepreneur, business
Yes.
owner. It's a very different mind shift, and this can, employees capable and they have the skills and everything, yet they go into the valley and they go from that dopamine hit to I can do it, and then they realize, hey, it's got to be something a different way of looking at things.
Absolutely. Right? I mean, the fact is, you guys, is there's no overnight successes. Alan Rickman, bless that man's heart, right? He thought he was going to be an overnight success. He hit that Die Hard movie, the original Die Hard movie. I don't know if you guys know this story, but he was the villain in the original Die Hard, right? And then vanished. But he worked his craft, worked his craft, worked his craft for 2 decades, almost 2.5 decades on stages in Britain. And then he was given an opportunity to play Snape in Harry Potter, and his career took off again. Mainly, it's just because Harry Potter is so damn awesome. But the fact
He
that,
also did good in Robin Hood, though. That was like,
yep,
but yeah, Harry Potter was what launched his career.
what relaunched him into stardom, right? But he wasn't an overnight success. That man grinded at his career for 30 years before he was recognized as outside of the small, like really powerful acting circles that, oh my gosh, he's amazing. It took 30 years. And people are like, where did this guy come from? Well, he's been right there working his ass off for 30 years. Right? And so I wanted to address this in the weeds section because I think it is a weed that a lot of us run into. And so that we can pull it out, pluck it out. We all now can identify it. The hopping, right? Don't lily pad hop, whatever we want to call it. And then address it if we ever have to. right? Um, okay. Is everybody good with that? Awesome. So let's move on then, you guys, to the next stage here, which is checkpoints and check-ins. So now a lot of people at this stage of business over the last few weeks here, the last month, some of us have had record-breaking months because that's what happens for us in December, aka Kat and her dog business and her pet business. Huge month in December. Just about pets. My pet business, big month in December, of course. Some of us really slow down in December, right? Much harder to sell in December as everybody is doing something else. But just real quick, everybody, take a look at your numbers. If you didn't have a chance to write them down ahead of time, I'm going to give everybody just a quick 2 minutes here to take a look at their numbers. What was your social media reach? Did you hit your revenue goals? Did you hit your leads goals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And then we will check in on these things. As I have said many times before, these are the leading and lagging indicators of your business, right? Did you get 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 views on your social media pages in the course of December, or did you not? Right? Did you stay marketing your company powerfully throughout the month of December, or did you not? Right? I know poor Andrew had credit card challenges where he's like, they won't even let me spend money. I want to, but they won't let me.
I still have it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yours went through though. But I have one with Adobe for $29 that didn't go through, and one for $4 this morning that didn't go through.
Unbelievable. Okay. I'm sorry, buddy. Bizarre. Hmm.
At least they like you.
What's that?
So at least MasterCard likes you.
There we go. Yeah. Um, so if you want to just take a look, you guys, and put down what your objectives were. And here's the other thing too. If you're here, and we've been here for a while for most of you, if you don't have your revenue, sales, leads, goals identified, now is the time. Okay? This is Michael saying, get out of the valley of despair when it comes to your mathematical objectives. Head towards a informed optimism moment. Mark down what you want your goals to be. Right? What is Shanna's revenue goal for the month of January? What is it? Write it down. What's Phil's? What's Kat's? What's Andrew's? What's Bente's? What's Michelle's? How many sales do you want that to be? And how many leads do you think you're going to need in order to make those sales? Reverse engineer what you want. And just put done in the chat box, you guys, once you've organized your numbers here. But I don't want to leave this moment without you having those three goals defined. How much money do you want to make? How many sales is it going to take to make it? How many leads do you need to make that many sales? Whether it's 50 bucks, $100 or $100,000, it doesn't matter. Write it down. And when you're looking at the number, be kind and graceful to yourself, but also know that you are your own boss. If you are your own boss, what would your expectations be of you this month? Okay, so okay, Phil is done. That's great. Thank you, Phil. Okay, just type done in the chat, you guys, once you're done with that. Shanna's done. Good, good. Thank you. You can make it, Bente. You can make it.
I need to listen to the replay.
Mm. Okay, so for those who have wrapped up those numbers and got them in there, let's just write down again, you guys, what a win was in your business over the course of the last month or so, because it's been a little bit since we've had a time to thrive. And we're gonna open up the microphones in here about your wins, and then we'll get to challenges right after that. So write down your wins. Writing down wins is important, right? Establish the fact that we win, we succeed. Ingrain that in the brain. It's an important caveat. When we were on that call the other day, Phil, on Tuesday, something popped into my mind watching all those guys together, that you guys, success is earned, it's not learned. Right? I've heard that term, like wisdom is earned, not learned, and I love that. But to me, it's also just about like success. Success is an earned thing. It's not learned. You guys can't sit here in these Time to Thrive coaching sessions and succeed because you think you can learn it. It's never going to happen, right? Good morning, Mr. Gary G. Welcome to Time to Thrive, my friend. You're just at the coaching part. Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you.
Earned, not learned. Earned, not learned. Okay, so let's hear from you guys real quick. What was a business win over the last few weeks? Phil, why don't you start us off, buddy? You're looking all smiley there for me. What's the...
Yeah. So I was up 1,100 views on my social media, 21% from November.
Love it.
58% of them were non-followers prior. And I got 1,000 followers, which is up, I think, 12%. And do you know where that's only from? 3 videos. So if I take the goal to post 3 videos a week consistently,
Yeah.
that's where I'm setting my goal to have 5,000 followers, in February, and 30 connects and 10 sales. So 30,000 for the financial goal.
Love it. You'll be Oprah by July, Phil. It'll be perfect.
I'll give you a car and you a car and you a house, and
there you go. Love it. Okay. Congratulations, Phil. Nice work, buddy. Excellent. Okay. Good, good, good. Shanna, your beautiful smile caught my attention. Okay. What's a win for the last month or so for your business?
My business has been full stop for the last month. So my win is fully personal, which will fully affect my business. That win is clarity
Mm.
and climbing out of that Death Valley now. And I've made it to informed optimism in my personal life. And I've been working on that for a lot of years.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, so that will be awesome. I just now have details, but I have clarity.
Love it, Shanna. Love
Yeah,
it. Good. Congratulations. Perfect.
thank you.
Well done. Okay. Mr. Dove, how about you? What's a big win for the last month for you, sir?
Big win for me, I guess. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do much of the social media stuff. Still making my videos, but so one, I guess, before holidays kind of started, before everyone shuts down in my industry, I started to get some more leads and people inquiring about stuff. So that was good to hear. So hopefully, it's promising for the start of 2026. The three networking events and the volunteer group I'm part of, there's a few people who are kicking the tires on some options. So starting to gain traction and some trust through the networking stuff, which is, I mean, all takes time to pay off. So it's been about a year and a half for some of this stuff. So it's trust is starting to build there. So it's good to see
That's
that.
great, buddy. Good. Good. Love it. Awesome. A round of applause. Well done, Andrew. Got to build that trust factor, dude, especially in mortgage industry. Big decisions. Okay. Beautiful Bente. What was a big win in business wise for you in the last 30 days?
Well, my lead magnet is coming through. So I have started to ask Brenda Lees in NHI if I can
Mm.
be allowed to use those things that Cleona made before she started with NHI. I haven't got any answers on it, but if I get those things cleared, I can feel I can show myself, because then I have something to give them.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Excellent, Bente. Progress, progress. Well done. Way to go,
Yeah,
Bente.
I feel so. Yes, I'm
Very
grateful.
good. Very good.
You.
Cool. Ms. Moorhead, let's hear from you, Miss Michelle.
Well, I squeaked by and maintained my rank in my network marketing business and
Good.
moving along with Mama Bear's Hub, and I got the first draft of my website. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very cute. It looks really good,
Yeah.
right? Looking really good. Looking really good. Okay. Excellent. There you go, Michelle. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Kat, how about you?
Um, well, for Lactigo, for the first time ever, I comment in groups every day when people are like, my leg hurts, my knee hurts, my blah, 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 blah. And I commented on someone's something about Lactigo, and she's like, awesome, I'll buy it right now. I was like, okay. So that was
Mm-hmm.
the first ever. And then my new business, Enzino, which you guys haven't heard of, but my new one, I made $5,000 my first month. So
Ooh.
hallelujah. Excited about that. Hmm.
Very good. Well, Kat, why do you think that person bought from that group?
Because I did a good job explaining and I filled out a need. Actually, I don't know. I did the same thing I
Mm.
always do. Is try to help people.
Yeah. Well, but the fact is my guess is that person's been in that group for a while, and
Yeah.
you're feeling what Andrew's feeling. You've been there delivering value long enough, right? You've been there establishing trust long enough that somebody was like, that's the fourth time I've seen her respond with that product. I have to go buy it,
Yeah, maybe. It
right?
was a random group, like a parasites or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
In a bunch of weird groups. Oh.
But the fact is that swings at standing at the plate, you guys, and swinging at those pitches is the only way to actually hit the ball, right? And they will go back to your social media and they will look at what you've been doing and they will see how long you've been posting. They'll see all the trust factor you've built and everything else when they go to your socials, and that will inform their decision. Make sense? Cool.
Hmm.
All right. And our most recent joiner here into Time to Thrive, Gary G. Welcome to 2026, my friend.
Oh, it's a miracle, huh? And
Mm-hmm.
and it's more than a week done already. We're down to 51.
That's true. That's true.
Last month, the biggest wins. Let me see. Right around Halloween, I did that talk that I was paid for, and I received my payment in the last month. I also got super involved with. I want to be a public speaker, and I want to be a paid professional. And so I got involved with an apprenticeship program with a man that does keynote talks for Fortune 500 companies at 30K a pop. And so I'm getting an opportunity to go with him to physically to the different keynote. So I'm just really happy with the direction that I'm headed and the decisions that I've made. This past week, the big win for me, I backed out of official responsibilities with NHI. And what that looks like is I'm not going to be the official administrator of the self-discipline camp. I have chosen to continue to teach like 90 minutes once a month, but that's going to be about it. That's going to be about it.
Okay.
And so it's just refocusing my time and my energies to this apprenticeship. I find myself writing vignettes and thinking of personal stories quite often. I've got a list. I made a list of 50 vignette titles of just stories that happened in my life, and I'm starting to write down 2 minute, somewhere anywhere between 2 minute and 8 minute, maybe even 10 minute stories that happened in my life that, God willing, I'm going to be able to put with a principle or an idea that their method of public speaking is have an idea and then have a story, have an idea and then have a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all based on frankly, it's kind of based on the 80-20 principle.
Yep.
Pretty much 80% of the guys that we speak to, and the crowd sizes are anywhere in the 4 to 20,000 range. 80% of those guys have to be there and don't really want to be there. You know, these things happen in Vegas and Atlantic City and those kinds of things. And so they'd much rather either be golfing or gambling or whatever, goofing around. And the other 20% are really the business guys and the corporate guys that are, okay, how do we make this business thrive? And so in order to have a successful speech, you need to satisfy the two audiences. And so that's
the way to do it.
It's been fun. It's been fun to learn about and consider. And it's just been a fire hose of new information and ideas and approaches.
It's great, Gary. It's great, buddy. And we've talked about this before, right, you guys? In the sense of going, the limbic system is the thing that makes the decision, right? The frontal lobe rationalizes the choice. So how do you get past the frontal lobe into the limbic system? You use a headline to get their attention. You use a story to ignite the limbic system and change their belief.
Yeah.
Right? Then you legitimize what you just said with fact afterwards. Right? So it is a repeatable pattern. It is the way to I'm going to put this a slightly different way. It is the way to seduce your audience. Okay? We do this content, to seduce your audience so that they are charmed by you, so they learn to open up and they learn to trust you. This is a relationship you are building with them. Full stop. And that's exactly what they're teaching you to do, Gary, from stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the neat thing is I get to follow people around for at least a year.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a lifetime thing. As long as I want to, the guy that leads it, he was an apprentice to what was considered one of the world's top professional paid public speakers that there was. His name was Bill Gove. And the guy that took over the Bill Gove business is a guy named Steve Siebold, and he was making millions of dollars while he was still a an apprentice.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and
and we will learn all about it, Gary, but we got to move on to the coaching
okay,
session of our
very good. God bless.
love it, buddy. Gary's going to tell us all about it. Okay. So, very quickly, everyone, let's give Gary a round of applause. He's found something he's very passionate about. He loves it. I guess it's perfect. Okay. Next thing, challenges. Write them down, cats and dogs. Let's go. Put your challenges down on a piece of paper. I'm going to quickly create breakout room groups for you guys, so you get a challenge. You get the time to have some time together here. So we are going to do that while I create these breakout rooms. You guys write down your challenges, please. Write down those challenges. And you will have about 3 minutes apiece. So whomever wants to keep time, once you're in there, you've got 3 minutes apiece to state your challenge and dig into it.
I guess I'm not allowed to use time management anymore.
No, it is completely off the table for you.
Yeah, okay. Figured.
Okay. Everybody, by show of thumbs up, everybody got a challenge they got written down here? Good, good. Michelle's got hers. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to open up the rooms, you guys. Remember, you've got in the apps section, you have that timer, or somebody else can keep a timer for you. Please designate a time. You have 3 minutes apiece. As succinctly as you can, state your challenge, right? And then, as my good friend Colin would say, zipit.com so that everybody can give you some advice and feedback. Write down all the ideas, circle the ones you want to implement. We all good? We were all old hats. We've done this before. Okay, my loves, here we go. Open in the rooms right now. Okay, you're in there, Gary.
Oops.
Room number 1, my friend. Okay, and the recording will be paused until we come back. See you soon. And in the next 10 seconds, we are about to come back from our breakout rooms. So, here we are. Everyone's coming back in right now.
Because I know that'll be my challenge.
Oh, the beautiful people are coming back. And the first thing Gary says, that's going to be his challenge. What's the challenge, Gary?
Knowing that what I love to do, and then the challenge is not getting sucked back into this other organization's desires instead of my own desires.
Well, then the first part, my beautiful friend, of today's Time to Thrive, you need to watch, doesn't he, you guys? Michelle's like, I love that mom affirmation. Look at that. Love it. Right?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
talked about one of the entrepreneurial world's most insidious weeds off the hop today. And so once this recording is up later on today, Gary, it is a 15 minutes or so, absolutely, I would say, well spent. Watch it at 1.5 times speed, then it only takes you 10 minutes. And I'll sound like a hilarious chipmunk. So there you go. Everything works. But yeah.
If I can say something too, one thing too to keep on the focus is we had a great comment came up from Leroy the other day about Jim Rohn, how Jim Rohn's father said to Jim Rohn, after me, you, Jim, are the next important person, most important person in my life. So the father was saying he was the most important. So stay focused on who we are as being the important thing. So this way, taking care of self, because we can't take care of other people if we don't nurture ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you.
Love it. And you know, I'll add on to this before we move into the goal planning stuff, because I'm going to leave you guys to do that on your own. We'll touch on how again today. But I'm sure you all know who Rick Moranis is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he is one of my favorite performers of all time. And ironically, it's not just because he's hilarious and it's not just because he's great at what he does. It's because he said yes to himself instead of yes to the industry. That man at the peak of his absolute, was about to be at the peak of his craft. His wife died. And he was left with 2 kids. And he had options on the table to go out and make millions. And he decided that being a dad was way more important to him. Gary, there are going to be lots of people that want you and what you do. They're going to come in and out of your life. There'll be organizations that come in and out of your life. And this is the case with all of us. The most critical thing, as Phil put it, right, with that beautiful Jim Rohn story, is you have to identify what you want first. What do you want first? Not what they want from you, not what they want of you. What do you want first? And that is the oxygen mask that we put on. Right? And I think the Rick Moranis thing sums that up quite beautifully in the sense that he decided he wanted to be a dad. He wanted to be there for his kids first. And it's not a judgment call. It's not that he made the best choice. He made the choice that was best for him, is my point, right? Anyone can go whatever route they want. You know, my dad was very focused on his career and made a series of decisions that were career focused. You know, so they were ideal for him. They were different decisions than I would make, but they were ideal for him. And so, yeah, what are the decisions for you? Very important. Okay. And that brings us to our goal planning session. Now, before we get there, by a show of thumbs up, who got at least one really good idea from our roundtable coaching sessions? At least one. Yeah, Shanna's got one, Gary got one, Andrew got one, Michelle got one, Phil got one. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, awesome sauce. So let's jump over to my PowerPoint one more time. Quarterly goals. Your 90-day action plan. All right, my peeps. This is where rubber meets road. Okay? Right? This is where it happens. Last time we had a time to thrive, you did a SWOT analysis. By a quick show of thumbs up, who was able to complete their SWOT analysis? Yes? Who got partway through? Gary got partway through. Andrew got partway through. Guys, this is the CEO work. This is it. Okay? We talked about it. Your what I can't remember the term. Your informed pessimism must move from informed pessimism to informed optimism and change the trajectory of the energy. Okay? If we stay in informed pessimism and stay there, the energy goes down. Right? Informed optimism means you do the work, or as we were talking about a little bit earlier, you earn the lesson. Don't learn it, earn it. Right? And that is do the SWOT analysis. My goodness, you guys, understand what your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats are and what it is you're building. Don't play in the game of business. Win the game of business. Two different things. Okay? Deal? So in order to effectively walk out your 90-day action plan, you must know your SWOT. There's that, I can't remember who originally said it, but there's that great saying, right? Where it says the worst thing to do is spend the next, whoops. However many years, months, weeks, whatever it is, climbing a ladder only to realize the ladder's leaning against the wrong damn house. So make sure you are heading in the right direction. In order to do this, okay, this is the document that will help you. I fill this document out for both of my businesses literally every 90 days, right? Like an autopilot in an airplane. I continue to try and adjust my company towards where I want it to get to. Some quarters, it doesn't work. Some quarters, I fail. Some quarters, I crush it. Okay? It's about the progress that becomes so important. So, what is the one big result? You must answer this question. What is the one big result, accomplishment, or project I want to achieve this quarter, and why? As I said, I don't expect you to do this right here in this moment. I expect you to do this as your own work, homework, so that you have a direction to go, so that all of this work, all of this passion and effort and focus has meaning. Okay? What is the one big result, accomplishment, or project? And I give you three options. Why? Because I know that things change over the course of quarter to quarter. Maybe this quarter, it's a big project you want to finish. Maybe next quarter, it's a huge result you want to get from that project. Does this make sense, everybody? Right? These things are going to adjust as you build. So with that in mind, what is the strength that you want to lean into from your SWOT analysis? Right? We all listed out different strengths that we had in our SWOT. So what is the strength you want to lean into specifically this quarter, right? It's not that you can't lean into others. It's not that you don't have them. It's just, what are you going to really lean into? If you had one strength to focus on every day to keep pushing forward, what would that be? What is the weakness you want to improve upon? What is the weakness this quarter that you are going to change? You get to flip it. It goes from being a weakness to a strength this quarter. Now, people are busy writing. Are you writing down the questions right now, my friends, or are you writing down the answers? Good, perfect, good, love it. Hey, there you go, Michelle. She's got her SWOT right in front of her. Love that. There you go, perfect, Gary. So let's hear some of these strengths. I'd like to hear, just before we start wrapping things up on the call and we lead to the opportunities and threats, strengths. Who is open to sharing what strength they're going to lean into for the first quarter of 2026? Yeah, Mr. Gary G.
My success in generating a referral agent team promotes that team's success, financial success.
Okay, say that one more time, Gary, so I hear it again.
A strength that I can lean into is that
Yes.
my own success in generating a referral agent team helps those agents, helps those people earn money to provide me referrals.
Okay, got it. Very cool. Excellent. Who else has a success they can share? Or a strength, I should say. Oh, we're all scared of our strengths here, are we? All scared of our strengths.
I'll share. Sorry, I got to drive somewhere. I'm going to lean into one of my best strengths, which is my passion and my commitment for what I do. I love what I do, and I'm just going to keep on that, even though I have weeds about, I started a business. How the frick am I going to fit this in? I'm passionate, and I'm going to stay on my passion and be committed.
Okay. Love it. Excellent. Thank you, Kat. Perfect. Okay, what about weaknesses? Who's willing to share? Who's willing to be vulnerable enough to share a weakness they're going to work on this quarter and flip from being weak in it to a strength? Yeah, Michelle.
Lack of consistency.
Mm.
So I'm going to be consistent with as
Okay.
much as I can.
Sorry, I'm just writing some of these down so that I know for all you lovelies, I know what I can help you with. Okay, Michelle, consistency. Perfect. Okay. Very good one. Very good one. Who else? Who else is willing to share a weakness that they're going to improve this quarter? All right, Gary, what is it, bud?
Uh, eliminate or reduce my fear of selling. Even sharing
Mm,
anything has been a challenge for me to verbally communicate with people, and I feel that if as I lean into my strength, I'll be able to overcome that.
okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so now let's move over to the next stage of things. Okay, opportunities to pursue and threats to overcome. So, from your SWOT, what is one of the opportunities that you want to pursue this quarter? What's an opportunity you want to pursue this quarter? And please give yourself the grace of making a choice. Don't get stuck in the choosing.
Having conversations.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah, communicating with groups that I've gotten involved with.
Everyone's ready to voice the opportunities. Love it. Okay. So, Gary, communicating in groups. Michelle, we've got starting conversations. Excellent. Okay. And what about a threat? What is a threat that somebody sees to their business that they are going to find a way of overcoming or preemptively solving this quarter?
Fear of looking the fool or of not being enough uh, for this customer base.
Mm. Hmm.
The ultimate
So
client base.
the threat then, Gary, to properly identify that, because that's about you, right? Threats are outside of you. So what I would say in
Okay,
that particular case is comparing myself to the competition,
sounds good.
right?
Thank you. Yes.
Comparitis, that threat. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. How about Shanna, Phil, Andrew? We've heard a bunch from some of the other cats and dogs here. How about you guys? Or Bente, what's a threat?
A threat for me is that perception of comparing not enough, to how many people have you worked with? How many people have
Yeah.
guaranteed results? Is AI going to replace coaching? Is AI going to replace masterminds? Um, and not letting that become something that stops me.
Okay. Yeah. AI is a threat. If you don't
Um,
all have that written down somewhere in your SWOT analysis, you should. Whether it's an immediate threat or not, it is a threat. Especially for those of you who are on some level in the education info in an information business. Right? Whether it's an immediate threat or whether it's a distant one, it's on there. It's got to be.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah, threat for me is gonna be the economy. I guess if it weakens even more, people are
Yeah.
even less likely to buy a place. But it's also an opportunity because it means housing prices probably could come down more. So,
And quite often, threats and opportunities, the same as strengths and weaknesses, are coins, right?
yeah.
One side, other side. Yeah. Okay, love it. Now, remember what the task is here, everyone. It is to take these things, okay? And then you define a SMART goal in relationship to making sure that the outcome you're looking for happens. right? So then you put in here, what are the priorities? Which one becomes the number one priority? That goes at the top. What is the number two priority? 3 and 4, right? You break those goals down into monthly steps. I gave you guys that example, right, of the referral program stuff from my last quarter. Okay. And this becomes the action plan for what you want to accomplish in Q1 of 2026. Just in Q1. You can accomplish so much when you focus your energy. Right? And don't let this chart, I'll go back to it. Okay? Don't let this chart right here stand in your way. If you feel yourself going from stage 2 to stage 3 and then reversing, right? Reach out in the group chat, reach out to me. Don't get stuck in that loop. You have everything you need. You don't need anything else. You really don't. You've got it all. You just have to put it to work for yourself. Nobody outside of you has some secret answer that they're holding back from you that's going to lead to your success. As much as the marketers on the planet, including myself, want to keep telling you that, it's just not true. You've got all the tools you need. Does that make sense, everybody? Right? You just have to keep in service of others. You will find your strength. I promise you that. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get a few quick shares, you guys, about what they discovered from today, and then we will wrap up the call here. So did everybody get good value out of today? Was this a good way to start 2026? Yeah? Okay. And let's hear from you guys. What was something that popped out, a eureka moment or an aha moment or something you learned? Phil's being angelically blessed right now in the background. Look at that. Wow, look at all that white light.
That's the snow bouncing off the ice and snow.
Oh, yeah, nice. There you go. Oh, Bente can relate then.
Snowing here too.
Oh, gosh. Well, hey, up on the beautiful West Coast, you guys right here on the shore, we got no snow. Just put it out there.
I'm jealous. I want some snow.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so what was real quick, you guys, let's get some shares. What was a big aha moment for you coming out of today's Time to Thrive?
So I missed the first part of it, but from the thing, my meta problem, Gary mentioned maybe I create a new Facebook account so I don't have to waste another month and a half. So that might be a valuable option to start so I don't waste more time.
Might even be able to do a new ads account, Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just a new ads account rather than a new whole Facebook account.
Well, yeah. Even better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that way you don't lose the 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Yeah, great stuff.
Glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, because you can create multiple Facebook ads accounts, right? Perfect. Anybody else? Anybody else have an aha moment over the course of our last 90 minutes together?
The breakout room was helpful for me. I was talking about my online program and how it's a bit never ending. And so we talked about a bit of structure on sort of how to do a 3-month sort of almost curriculum or like, series of events so that I don't, because right now I'm kind of winging it every time, which is going well for the kids, but it won't go well for me in the long term. So that was helpful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, remaining disciplined and focused on the goal and looking
Mm,
at this 90-day action plan, recognizing what I passively was doing in December, what happens when I focus just another 2 or 3% more,
hmm
and I can feel the tangible result.
Love it, Phil. Perfect. Excellent stuff. All right, you guys. Well, Drinker will probably watch this replay. So we love you very much. We're certainly thinking about you. Um, and uh, and you, our whole family, is a big part of what my day is going to be about today, and probably everybody else's. So, thank you guys so much for being here, for committing to your business. I love and adore each and every one of you. It's fabulous to work with you, and we're going to make 2026 an incredible, incredible year. So, lots of love from me to you guys. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. I will see you in the chat. Next week, we're changing it from calling it office hours to implementation hour. So, I think it's a better word. Oh, yeah, Phil, go ahead.
Are you having your workshop thing on Saturday? Is that this week
Oh,
coming up?
great question. So I'm tweaking the workshops so that I'm going to record them and then send them out to anybody that wants them rather than do them live. And part of that, Phil, is twofold. One, it's convenience for me. My schedule is getting busier with different ventures and stuff, so it's easier just to record at night or something like that when I've got the time. And frankly, it's far more difficult to force people to show up on a specific day at a specific time than it is to say, hey, do you want this? And take it. I think the workshop live is more valuable, but it's a bigger challenge as a lead magnet tool.
Mm.
And so for the first 6 months of the year, I'm going to be doing less of the live workshop concept. I'm going to test the idea of doing some of these things as just recorded elements.
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I will do a map out your 2026 marketing workshop, as it were. And then this way too, we don't get distracted by going down coaching rabbit holes and something that should take an hour takes two because, people are unpacking something. But the fact of the matter is that you will get them. All of you guys as content to cash members at the VIP or the access pass level are going to get it anyway. But it will go out. It will go out. I'm recording it next week, so it'll go out sometime to the end of next week or the first part of the week after, and it'll push out to my whole email list. Awesome. All right, you guys. Lots of love from me to you guys. Have a fantastic day,
Thank you,
and
Michael.
I'll see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.